Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Great League and we have a different team to run with. We are featuring the Lickitung pair with the Wigglytuff and Toxapex. So Wigglytuff here against this Lickitung, pretty favorable for our opponent, but they switch out into the Bastiodon. Bastiodon right here is going to be pretty good against our Wigglytuff, so we're just going to stay in and deal some Power Whips. These Power Whips chunks away at the Bastiodon. And at this point, we're trying to match up our Toxapex onto this Bastiodon if that's the case. So we're just going to keep throwing these Power Whips. Another Power Whip goes through, gets into the low red. And okay, they actually switch out again and lock their Wigglytuff. So now we can use our Toxapex for this Wigglytuff. We don't have to shield anything as they go for the Icy Wind debuff. We are going to be able to fully farm down right here, but not before they are able to throw another Icy Wind. Okay, another Disarming Voice to chip away at the Toxapex, expecting them to come back with their Bastiodon, and that's exactly what happens. We're going to go for this Brine. This Brine even gets a shield from the Bastiodon. Now, do we dare try to shield here? We decide not to. And we decide to take out this Bastiodon immediately and just hope for the best. But unfortunately, they do have the Shadow Victory Bell in the back. Shadow Victory Bell is going to be able to dominate this Wigglytuff. So this Wigglytuff, unfortunately, just had nowhere to go except for the front Wigglytuff. So it was always going to be just trying to chase a matchup to find, and unfortunately, just couldn't match up correctly. So GG's to our opponent, but look out for that team. That team's pretty, I wouldn't say it's common, but it is available. People do use it. Now we have the Pidgeot onto the Lickitung, not a great matchup, so we switch out into the Wigglytuff. They switch out into the Hypno. So Hypno is not the best counter for Wigglytuff, so we have an opportunity right here to get some shields or to flip the switch. We decide to go for the Icy Wind debuff. They go for the shield, and we know that if this is not a big move, we can tank it, and that is exactly what happens. We are able to get to another Icy Wind here to force our opponent to double a shield or let it go. They decide to let it go, so we are able to successfully flip the switch. They come back in with their Pidgeot. Pidgeot is going to do some heavy damage here. Let's see if they go for a Brave Bird. We do decide to shield because we think that they were going to go for the Brave Bird and dip, but they ended up going for the Feather Dance and dip. Now we have to beat this Whiscash with our Lickitung. Luckily, Lickitung does have a Power Whip option. We go for the Power Whip. They decide to let it go. Because we got debuffed, it did not KO, so we're going to have to farm this down, I think. We don't avoid the second debuff, but we are able to farm down, which is great. But then our opponent ends up leaving. So GG's to our opponent right there, able to win with the Lickitung in the end game. All right, let's see if we can string together some more wins here. We got the Lickitung paired against the regular Dragonair. This Dragonair not doing as much as a Shadow, but we are going to stay in. This is a pretty close matchup. They're going to be able to throw a Body Slam right here. We're going to throw this Body Slam of our own. This Body Slam does get a shield from our opponent, so that's good for us. We thought we could catch a move, but unfortunately they did not throw the move, and now they're going to be able to throw a Body Slam and then switch out into the Lantern. So Lantern here, we do fish out. We get the Lantern out of the way, hopefully. Now we're going to go for this Sludge Wave to chip away at this Lantern, expecting them to potential KO with the Thunderbolt, and that is exactly what they do. So now we have to come back in with the Lickitung. Lickitung right here is close to a Power Whip, so we're going to force our opponent to make a decision. Double shield or let it go. They decide to shield it. Now we're going to have to decide to keep this or let it go. And we're going to hope 2 shield Wigglytuff wins us the game at this point. This Lickitung, this Lantern here does get to a serve. We're gonna shield here just to maintain the health, because we know that we could dominate this Dragonair no problem, and we're just hoping the backline is not looking forward to this Wigglytuff, and that is indeed the case. Able to take down that Dragonair. Now we're gonna be able to throw Disarming Voice, and all these charms are chunking away at this Feraligatr. Fraligator, knowing the Shadow Claw fast move, just is not doing enough damage because we resisted, and GG's to our opponent. Able to beat that Fraligator and Dragonair with the Wigglytuff. Alright, next game, let's see what we find. We got the Lickitung versus the Altaria. Okay, so Altaria here is going to potentially have some kind of Mud Boy or some kind of ground type in the back, so we're going to switch out into the Toxapex and try to bait that out, and they actually come back out with the Cresselia. Cresselia here goes for the Grass Knot, maybe giving us an indication they don't have Future Sight. So a little bit better for us in that situation. We're going to go for the Sludge Wave, huge damage. Trying to get to another Sludge Wave, they decided to throw the move here. We're going to let it go. Okay, looks like they do go for the Future Sight right there. And now we're going to have to farm a bunch with our Lickitung. Lickitung here is going to tank the Grass Knot. We're going to farm up to 100, switch out, and farm down that Cresselia right there. Unfortunately for them, they look like they do not have a counter to this Wigglytuff as they come back in with their Altaria. So we're going to shield right here, and we're going to see what's in the back. Okay, ends up being the Gligar. Gligar versus this Wigglytuff with a ton of energy, not looking so great for them, as we do get the Icy Wind to get their debuff. And now we're gonna be able to tank this next move pretty easily, and this is all gonna go downhill for our opponent now, because now we're gonna get to another Icy Wind, forcing them to shield again. Now we're gonna force them to use some energy right here, and we don't have to shield because they already double debuff. This Aerial Ace doesn't even KO, and we are able to basically just farm down with Charm. So GG's to our opponent. Wigglytuff coming in clutch right now in that game, especially against that Dragon and that Gligar. Next game, let's see what we fought. We got the Steelix versus our Lickitung here. We're definitely going to stay in for now. We don't want this Steelix on our Wigglytuff. We're doing a lot of damage with our fast moves. They do have the Psychic Fang version, so they're going to be able to debuff us a lot. So we're just going to go for this Power Whip right here. Does a good amount of damage. They switch out into the Poliwrath, so this is a great opportunity to get this Wigglytuff to be impactful. We tank a Icy Wind, and we're just going to go for the full farm down. Our opponent does end up getting to another Icy Wind here. We're going to shield so that we can maintain alignment. And plus, we have a move that we can debuff our opponent with. So we go for the Icy Wind right here. They do get debuffed. And then our opponent is going to have to throw a move. We're going to allow her to go through. Do we survive this Breaking Swipe? Yes, we do. And that allows us to get to another Icy Wind. This Icy Wind here potentially KOs or gets a shield. And now our opponent is in a bit of a trouble because they have the Drifloon in the back. Drifloon is only going to be able to throw these Icy Winds at this Lickitung, but the Lickitung's fast moves are chunking away at this Drifloon. We're going to go for this Power Whip right here. Power Whip, even though it is resisted, is the better move. And our opponent here ends up going for another Icy Wind. We're going to shield here because the damage from the fast moves are just adding up. Basically, the entire damage that we've done to the Drifloon has basically been the licks. So good job by our Lickitung right there. We're going to go back in with our Toxapex. Even though we're getting resisted fast moves, we are able to win because of the health. So check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.